Hello, friends. We're gonna try to do something a little bit fun in today's video. So Andie and I, it's been a long time since I've done a collab with the cat ladies or Andie or anybody really. I mean, that's really who I collab with is Andie and Valeria. It's been a while since we've done anything, and Valeria has sort of like taken a break, so we're not doing any like cat lady stuff right now. But Andie and I wanted to do something kind of fun. I haven't done any like sort of different like makeup looks on my channel in a really long time. So we were thinking of like something fun that we could do. So what we've come up with, so Andie and I are collabing to do sort of like a 80s inspired makeup look. So I've been doing a lot of research on like what 80s trends were, and obviously this isn't like a full 80s like replication, so like my hair is not going to be 80s like, though I do have my scrunchie. Is that 80s? I don't know. I'm wearing a crop top. Is that 80s? I've seen like a few pictures of like people in crop tops in 80s, but probably not like this kind of style. Lots of puffy sleeves and like big bold colors and things. Like I don't have any of that, so it's not full 80s inspired. It's just 80s inspired makeup. So there's, you know, like for the 80s, there's a lot of bright colors, a lot of pinks and purples, you know, like a high sort of like draped blush kind of thing going on, big and bold brows. There's a lot of trends in the 80s, and I just sort of like picked a few that I thought I could recreate in a way that goes together sort of nicely. So I've already done my base. I'm not doing my foundation since that's really not like, at least nothing that I have or could do is really like 80s specific. So what we're going to sort of stick to is like sort of the trends I just mentioned. So like pink and purple, you know, on the eyes, like pinks, various colors of pinks, and you know, sort of like high, because they go almost to like the brow bone, you know, back in the day. And then I'm gonna do some like bushy brows. I'm gonna do like a very bold tapered blush. Hopefully the color that I picked is, it's what I'm looking for, but we'll see, I guess, once we get it on. And then I'm gonna do sort of like a red lip. Fit Glow just released this red vegan lip liner, and my sort of inspiration picture is like pink eyes, pink cheeks, and then sort of like red. I had the picture here a minute ago. Sort of like red lip inspired. So this is sort of what we're going for. So she has like red matte lips, so I figured I could use that for like the new Fit Glow lip liner, and we'll just sort of see how it all comes together. Hopefully good. But yeah, so check out Andie's video and see what look she creates, and yeah, let's just have some fun. Like we're not taking it seriously. I'm not expecting anybody to like come to this and be like, oh yes, this is an 80s tutorial. No, it's not a tutorial. It's just like an 80s inspired, like my version of an 80s inspired makeup look. So I expect nobody to replicate this. I just expect you guys to sit here and have some fun with me. So I've got two different colors of eyeshadow that I'm gonna be playing with. So what I'm thinking is, these are both from Prisma palettes, so they're single pan shadows, and one is actually a new shade. I also believe Andie is playing with a new shade. We sort of I don't know if it's like, we didn't intentionally, or did we? I don't know. We sort of collabed with Prisma palette on this because she was releasing some shades, or she had like worked on some new shades, and they sort of happened to go with the theme of what we were planning for this video. So you know, Andie is using a new green shade that Prisma palette just released. I'm using a new sort of like pink orchid purple shade that Prisma palette just released. And then I also have Lotus. So Lotus is what I'm thinking I'm taking like all the way up the eye, and then sort of like, you know, for the rest of the eye, I'm gonna do Foxglove, you know, sort of on the rest. So it's gonna like, I don't know. So we'll see how it works out. So I kind of want to take like a big fluffy brush up through like all of the eye. So I'm gonna take Lotus. Okay, so we're just gonna have to hope that this comes out. I didn't actually practice this. I never practice my looks, I just sort of do them. So I'm just gonna take Lotus pretty much like all the way up. All the way up. And I'm gonna do it Am I gonna do it delicately or do I want it to be, I mean, I want it to be pretty bold up here because I'm gonna put the other color sort of like down. I think I like sort of like the 80s makeup because I'm sort of like attracted to, you know, really bright colors, really fun, bold colors. Because I mean, I've come on here and I've done, you know, super bright pink eyes quite a few times. Never all the way up to my brow bone, but yeah, I mean, I love that. You know, they do lots of blues and greens and yellows. That was another option, but you know, I'm more of like a pink. I am more of like a pinky gal. Let's do the other side over here now. So we're just having some fun today, you know? My base is my normal base. So if you've watched any of my recent videos, you should know what my base is because it's the only one that I do these days. I know I have so many like foundations and stuff that I have to test and like review, but I cannot, because I know how good my skin looks when I do the Alima Pure. Like, I don't want to use anything else. I just don't. I'm just like stuck in a rut. So that's why it's kind of fun to play with like color every once in a while and something that's not Alima Pure, because I don't have anything else here that's Alima Pure. I know I've just done so much Alima Pure lately because I love it. I just love Alima Pure. All right, so are those about even? Are they even? Just want it to be like, just like bam. Okay, so those are pretty even. So now we're gonna take the shade Foxglove and we're gonna sort of do this all over the lid. And then I probably will take it up just like a little bit, maybe. We'll just sort of see. We'll see how it looks. We'll see how this ends up looking. This color is so pretty. It's like in between sort of like purple and pinky. I used to wear a lot of purples. I haven't a lot lately. I've been sort of more into like pinks. Actually, you know, though, to be fair, I haven't worn a ton of eyeshadow recently just because I've been very lazy. I like switching up my like blush color and my highlighter more than I like, you know, switching up my eyeshadow. What do we think? I think that looks pretty good. Just do the other eye and then we'll sort of see how it looks all together. And then I'll decide if it needs anything. Oh, I do want to go under the eye with that Lotus shade as well, though. I want to make sure I do that. Hey, Jess. Can you see her? Oh, I saw her jump in the mirror. You probably didn't see it. And then I'll just sort of take that other brush with a little bit more Lotus on it, just sort of blend the two together. I definitely think it needs a little something underneath. So let's take another brush and connect the two. Looks somewhat better, right? I think it'll look better once, you know, the brows and the mascara are on. You know, it always looks kind of questionable up until that point. All right, so I'm gonna zoom out and then let's do brows. So like sort of the boldest brow product I have is the Well People Expressionist Brow, I think it's called. That's sort of like the boldest one. Though my Kosas one, I think, gives me like bushier brows, but I can't find it. ATM. I need to do like a massive organization because, whoa, see what I mean? Because my stuff is just sort of like all over the place and I have lost track of a lot of things. So I'm just sort of like brushing my brows up so they look kind of like fluffy and just like bigger. They look insane. I hope this is very 80s, like the very bold brow thing, because this is not something that I would do. Yeah, this Well People brow is just like very, very bold. Plus it can get kind of like cakey. So it could make, or it is, it's like making them like much thicker too. So to get sort of like that big fluffy brow look. Holy bejesus, this might have been a mistake. This might be a little bit too bold. Might be the wrong color too. Like at least to do that much brow. All right, let's put some mascara on and hope that it sort of like evens out. So this is sort of like the biggest mascara that I've got. I'll probably have to do a few coats. Okay. They look insane. But maybe, is that like an 80s thing? Is insane eyes like an 80s thing? What do you think? I did do my lower lash line, or lower lashes, even though I don't usually do that because I think like that's probably like a trend of the time. I'm just trying to go with it. Okay, so I'm gonna take a pink blush, though. No, I think this should be okay. So we're gonna try to do draping because they would bring the blush up. So it'd be like a vibrant, so it'd almost be like a sharp. I'm just trying to do this. I'm just trying something. So it's like, I want it to be on my cheekbone, but also like up higher, so it almost sort of like more chisels out. That's sort of like cheekbone. Almost to me, it looks like, I don't know, like contouring with blush almost. Cause you get sort of like that super chiseled, like cheekbone look is what I kept seeing in all the pictures. Because it sort of gives you more of like a lifted eye, or like a lifted cheek. Now, I'm no professional makeup artist. You know, they would know trends better than I would, obviously. And I might just be making a complete mockery of this. Oh my gosh, I might just be. It's kind of hard to tell if like my my cheeks are even. I feel like this blush wasn't the best choice. And I feel like one cheek looks better than the other. What do we think? I'll probably do like a touch, sort of like over the nose to sort of like bring it. Since I'm not doing bronzer, sort of like bring it together just like a tiny bit. All right, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. And then I'm not doing highlighter or bronzer, like I said. I don't know, if you lived in the 80s, what do you think? If you knew any of the makeup trends. So I was born in '86, so I am a 90s. I'm a 90s baby. because I was not wearing makeup or anything. I mean, though, was I really wearing makeup in the 90s? Like, not really. So here's what I have here for my lips. So I've got the lip liner from Fit Glow in red. Though I'm wondering if this lipstick is maybe too orange. I might have picked one that's too orange. Well, let's just go with the lip liner. Maybe the lip liner would be okay. See, I'm gonna try to do this so you guys can see. I might just fill in the lip line with this because this is more of the red that I'm looking for. Well, I love that Sonora from 100% Pure. That's what I brought in here. It's a little bit too orange, I think. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this. Probably should have moisturized my lips first. I didn't really think about that because I thought I was going to be using a lipstick that is semi-moisturizing. Yeah, I definitely think we're sticking with this versus the Sonora lipstick. Wow. I mean, I think a little bronzer would do it some good because this is very like, bam. But I mean, I think my cat is insane. I do think it looks fun. Okay, does this scream 80s to you? I don't know if it does. Like, I feel like I got like some of the trends. Like I got pink and purples. I've got like the high blush thing and the bushy brows going on. Like almost too bushy. I need to brush that out more. But I feel like, I mean, that inspiration picture, I feel like it's close. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, so all in all, this is what my 80s inspired makeup look came out to. So we hit the bushy brows like big time. You know, the pinks and purple eyeshadows that go almost basically to the brow bone. You know, we've got like this sort of high blush thing happening because I usually don't take my blush that high. I've got like red lips, though I think there was like a lot of different trends for lips, but I was sort of aiming for that like inspiration photo that I found. And I think I did, I'll put my inspiration photo, you know, here, block this cat out. And then you can sort of see what the inspiration was versus, you know, how it actually came out. I mean, it's growing on me. You guys or somebody, if you lived through the 80s, you'll have to tell me, you know, what you think in terms of, did I do sort of like 80s inspired justice? So like, obviously it's not totally 80s. I'm not claiming that this is like a tutorial on 80s makeup or anything. It's just, you know, 80s inspired based on like the trends that I looked up and some inspiration photos and things like that. I think I sort of hit what I was going for, and you know, it still looks kind of good. I mean, I would kind of really like sort of like almost like a matte highlight. Like I don't want anything like frosty or anything, but I would want something that sort of like gives light to this side of the face, but without it being like glittery. But I don't think I have anything like that. Probably one of those like ambient lighting powders from Hourglass would probably be exactly what I'm looking for, but I don't have those. So yeah, that's everything that I've got for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed and had fun. Let me know if you lived through the 80s and maybe what your makeup looked like in the 80s. Probably not like this. Though I don't know. I don't know what the 80s were like. I don't think my mom wore much makeup in the 80s because she like met my dad and then they had like the kids and she wasn't like, you know, into like fashion or anything. She's still not. Anyway, yeah, that's what I've got. That's all that I've got for this. Go check out Andie's video to go see what makeup look she created. I can't wait to see hers. I know it's going to be amazing. Probably much better than mine. But I hope that you guys had fun regardless. And sometimes it's just, you know, it's just fun to play with some makeup and do something a little bit different and, you know, play around with like trends and, you know, whatever. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye. Oh man, this was almost the 80s. So Madonna's Vogue. Dang, it was written in 1990 or it was released in 1990. But I was gonna do like, come on, Vogue, strike a pose. Everybody. I don't actually know. I don't know the lyrics to that song, but I thought of it because Madonna was very like 80s, right? She was big in the 80s. Anyway,